Bill, I'm not sure that an exchange like that is very helpful to the American taxpayer, but MS Now is warning that Fauci pleading the fifth is setting the playbook for Trump officials in the future as if they're the same thing. What do you think about that?
Well, I hate to say this about an 85-year-old man who was in public service for 35 years, but Dr. Fauci's a weasel. And the reason I say that is because he's purely a swamp creature, purely somebody who uses his position to try to advance himself. He actually did look at the carpet when Holly asked him about the carpet. He went like this, but, you know, it was, the instructions were, look, you got the blanket pardon from President Biden. If you go away from that, if you deviate out of the fifth, they can make it a lot easier to bring you in on contempt of Congress and other charges. So no matter what they do, you just say Fifth Amendment, Fifth Amendment. Okay, that's his right to do it. But the damage that he did to the nation, particularly children, is so immense that anybody, and I mean anybody, any party, any person supporting this Fauci should be ashamed. And let me give you one very stark example. So very early on, the European nations recognized that COVID was not easily spread among children. Mm-hmm. So they didn't shut the schools down over there. And they're a liberal continent, and they allowed the kids to go to school. Fauci knew all that information. He had it all. Yet he was one of the drivers in not having American children go to school, which damaged them in a way that I don't think will ever be repaired for some of them. So when you get to that level, and the Biden people knew what Fauci did, which is why he got the pardon.
Right.
I mean, they knew. I don't think that Biden signed the pardon, and they might go in that way. I think it was an auto pen deal. At that point in his administration, Biden was not able to function on a day-to-day basis. That's just a guess on my part.
Yeah.
But Fauci is the ultimate swamp thing.
Indeed,
and everybody should know it.
Yeah, 100%. But, you know, the thing that Americans hate about Washington, D.C. is that there's a lack of accountability for people like Fauci, who at the time we could see, as in your words, was being a weasel. And now we really know it, given the publishing of his diaries, where he's saying one thing in those and saying publicly that the American people need to be very scared, that the death rate was higher, et cetera, contradicting himself in terms of what he was telling people to push policies like keeping the schools closed, for example. So is there any accountability at all for him, for the American people, for generations that were destroyed by his decisions? I mean, is there a way that state attorney generals could look into potential criminality here, or does it really hinge on whether this auto pen pardon by President Biden holds together for him?
It'd be hard for the states to go after him, and I don't think many will, because the presidential pardon is sacrosanct and overrides any state issues. The thing that offends me, second to the children deal, is that Fauci knew that the National Institute of Health was funneling money into the Wuhan lab. He knew that. I mean, and the money was $660,000. It was big money. And it was going in there in partnership with the Chinese, who shut everything down in Wuhan, by the way. We're never going to get information about Wuhan, ever.
Yeah.
So the Chinese shut it all down. But Fauci knew, had to know, that this kind of money was going in for quote unquote research. The research turned into weaponization, biological warfare. Okay, we have a disease here that we can use to decimate people. And so we're going to study how to do that. That's what they were doing.
Yep.
That's it. There's no other explanation. At the same time, Fauci is saying, I don't know, it's two bats in a cave someplace exchanging
That's how
fluids.
one ate at a wet market. That made its way to a market that then somebody ate. Yeah.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our News Nation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.